Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Ramaya Ramabhadraya Ramachandraya Vedase Raghunathaya Nathaya Sitaya Pataye Namaha Sitaya Pataye Namaha. We are in Adhyatma Ramayana, chapter 4, Ayodhyakand. We are in verse number 46-47. And here we are seeing, what are we seeing? Let me check. Where is it gone? So here we are looking at so the Lakshman had said some used some unrequired language to speak about his father, brother, mother, stepmother, etc. And in response to that, Ramchandraji gives him a piece of his mind, meaning when how should one approach the world when you are coming with equanimity, when you are coming with integrity, when you are coming from righteousness? What should be the approach to the world? What is the view of the world of all realized masters? That is exactly what Ramchandraji has given to the message that, or the teachings that Ramchandraji has given to Lakshman, and through Lakshman to us, that this is the way we must conduct ourselves in the world. This is the position of the world. He explains what is the position of the world, what is the position of the body, what is the position of the relationships. Zero. So don't worry about it. Whom you will kill, what do you want to achieve by killing a non-existing person? Who is the non-existing person? Father, brother, sister. It requires, on the seeker's part, on the listener's part, it requires a chill pill. You have to really take in the first line itself, Ramchandraji told Lakshmana that, what is this, Lakshman? You are trying to kill those people who don't exist. What is the connotation? What does that word, you are trying to kill those people who don't exist, what does it signify? That means my interaction in the whole world, my father, my parents, my brother, my sister, my property, my past, my future, all this is zero. All this is zero. Today, I met a person, went to a family. Hope they are, let me see. One moment, let me check if they are here. They are not here. So I went to a family today, and the son did some mischief. And that mischief was, he's living in an imaginary world of the video games. Tick, 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 tick. And he has, I suspect, hope it is not true, he has taken that world to be real, and this world of father, mother, sister, food, body, work, job, this as unreal. And as a result, he did some mischief. He did something which was not required, and that came out in the open today. And the mother, daughter, sister, father, all crying. And that time this thought came. I remembered I am thinking about Adhyatma Ramayana or the similar teachings. So I said, why do you play a video game? Why are you addicted to video game? Because you don't know what the next move is going to be of yours. You are working out all different possible moves, but whatever that addiction is for that video game, is it for losing or for winning? He said winning. And this is the thought. I said a bigger video game is going on, which is called this world. There in the video game, you're not going to achieve anything except spend your money and no results. You play that game to win in this imaginary world of father, mother, daughter, sister, girlfriend, job, etc. And play it to win. Play it as a game. Don't take it too seriously. See? This is the message for us also. Live in this world. Don't live in imaginary world. But live in this world like Ramchandraji is living. The only thing that is true is the self. What is this world? Just coming and going. It's like a mirage. It's like a rainbow. Seems to be there, but actually is not there. And that which is seemingly there but not there, in that we have invested everything and losing the plot of life. See how we have hoodwinked ourselves. And this is the story, and throughout the thing. And there we just read from verse 44 to 47. Sansara dukkhairakhilaihi badhyasena kadachana त्वमप्यम्बमयादिष्टं हृदि भावय नित्यदा समागमं प्रतीक्षस्व न दुःखै पीड्यसे चिरं न सदैकत्र संवासः कर्ममार्गानुवर्तिनां यथा पतितप्लवानां सरितां तथा चतुर्दश समासंख्या क्षणार्धमेव जायते अनुमन्यस्व मामम्ब दुःखं संत्यज्य दूरतः एवं चेत् सुखः संवासो भविष्यति वने मम. Bhavesh, you have the book? No. I'll send it to you online. By following, what does Ramchandraji tell? That sansara dukkha akhilai badhyase na kadachana. If you follow my advice, what I have told you from verse number 17 or 18 to till 43, he says, you shall never be hindered, bogged down by the various sorrows, agonies, troubles and tribulations of this mundane world. It's that simple. Within how many? 18 to 43. 40 verses, the 35 verses, you got the entire knowledge. How do you deal with the world? What is the status of the world? What is the status of the relatives? What is the status of this body? What more do you want? Oh, then we don't have to study anything. No, continue studying different texts so that this principle is banged into your head again and again and again and again and again. You leave the satsang, you will go back to taking the world as real. And what does this satsang or these verses tell? You are the real. This is only a game. And this one, who are you? You are real. That is not one per body. That is one without a second. That one alone is expressing through everybody. You mean, I am the life in that person? I am the life in that person? Yes. When you consider yourself to be the consciousness, you are the life of every one and being. There is no question about it. But we are never ready to put our attention on that constant principle. That's where the problem comes. Then he addressed his mother, "O Mother Kaushalya, O Mother, you should also think over what I have said on regular basis, persistently, constantly, daily, and wait for the time when I shall meet you again." So Bhagwan Ramchandra ji, he is going to the forest, and therefore, and the mother is having the viyog, she is having the symptoms of missing her child before she has missed, before he even goes away. In the anticipation of his going away, she is in misery. And Ramchandra ji is saying, if you think of what I have just told Lakshmana, and if you are hearing, listening, contemplate on it again and again and again and again. These are worthy contemplations, not my son, my daughter, my sari, my this, my shoes, my cooking, my this, everything my. Are grow out of that my. Expand for a change. Look from the consciousness. How would the consciousness look at everything? That it is expressing through every living being as the life, just as the mind is living through every being in the dream. Same way here in waking also, how fulfilling that disposition will be. Then you will not hanker after anything. Then there is no depression, then there is no joy, then there is no sorrow. It will be there, but you are not affected. Why? It is happening only to the equipment, not to you, because you are the consciousness. And you have, in order to have this disposition that you are intuiting, suspecting, or experiencing that you, the consciousness, as the consciousness, are expressing through all beings, this is only, it will gel in you only when you have disidentified from the body. So at the body level, no problem. Just like while you are sleeping, what is happening to the body, you don't have a worry. Whether the blanket is on top of your body or not, whether you are decently sleeping or not, whether your mosquito is biting or not, whether the leg is on someone else's body or not, whether you have turned around in the bed or not, you don't care. Because your body disidentified in sleep. Same way. Live in the contemplation of the higher consciousness. Enough of this ego or individual consciousness. Enough. You have lived 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. If there is anyone 90, no. Enough. So many years we have lived. Give yourself a chance to live as the higher total consciousness or the infinite consciousness. At least think about how it would feel, how it will be, what would be the experience. Lose yourself in that contemplation. Then you have fulfilled your life. in that contemplation. Otherwise, living in this world, pain here, pain there, pain everywhere. He didn't do this, she didn't do that, that was supposed to happen, that didn't happen. In this only we are caught up. Is that fulfillment? It's a daily grind of dissatisfaction. But if our attention is on the higher and yet everything is going on and you are not affected by what is going on, fantastic. Fantastic. If that disposition is there. And Bhagwan is telling, Ramchandra ji is telling his mother, oh mother, at least contemplate on what I have told you. It will help you. It will bring you back to yourself. It will bring you back to the center. It will bring you back to discriminate what is worthy of following and what is worthy of not following. Nitya, Nitya. Till I meet you again. You will not have sorrows and agonies for long. Where are we? For long. Creatures who are tied to the snare of their deeds and incumbent to rewards cannot always expect to have coexistence. Those who are addicted to karma, those who are addicted to doership. What is addiction to doership? My way or the highway. Addiction to doership expresses as addiction to family, addiction to body, addiction to your desires, addiction to your environment, addiction to blah, blah. You can keep adding the list. This is a egocentric living. Egocentric living. Everything has to happen my way. Egocentric living. And also, if we are living not only this way, but also expecting the results of our desires. My children must behave in this manner. The government must behave in this manner. The weather must listen to me. And it goes on. From small things to big things. We want results conducive to our presupposition. We act, many of us act in the first place with a presupposed conclusion. We never realize that if we begin an action with a presupposed conclusion, you are limiting your action. Instead, if you were focusing only on the action, what is required to be done, the result could be manyfold more. But we are misers. We are having only blinkers on. If I do this, I'll get that. If I do that, I'll get that. Therefore, I'll do it. So all our actions are prompted by the results. If you are to told, oh, hey, go there and do this and do that, what will I get out of it? Nothing. You will not go and do it. Go and work and do your job. Why? Just like that. No salary. I have to pay my own ticket, train ticket or petrol to go to work. Yes. And come back also with my own money, petrol. Yes. And I have to work with inspiration at work. Yes. What will I get in return? Nothing. Will any one of you go to work? Will any one of you go to work? Mahatmas do what is required to be done without expecting anything. See? Think. Give yourself a chance. 1 week, 2 weeks, 1 month. Go somewhere where nobody knows and live like a beggar. Live like a sannyasi. I'll give you clothes. I've got many spare. And see how it feels. We take classes, continuously the classes are going on. Not only we, so many people are taking. Any expectation in return? No. But the classes are going on. What did I get out of this? Nobody, when they want, they come. When they don't want to come, they don't come. I am like a fool giving lectures here every Saturday. Does this feeling come? No. What is the return? No return. Yet classes are going on. You have only practiced that if you have done everything for your children without expecting anything in return. If you have done it. But usually there is a hook there also. See. Your exam. So, but you will, if you think the way I have taught you just now, O mother, you will not have sorrows and agonies for long. Creatures, meaning living beings who are tied to the snare of their deeds, karma, and their rewards, karma phala, cannot expect to have coexistence. Such people are selfish, such people are greedy, such people are self-oriented. They cannot live with others peacefully. They cannot accept others lovingly, because it's always a competition. It's always about my survival. It's always about my desires. Even as boats, here he gives an example of the truth. What is the truth? Even as boats without sails, which are floating floating down the swift currents of a river, do not always remain together. O mother, this seemingly long 14-year period will fly away as if it were only a moment. I gave you 2 examples last week. One was from here and the other was of the grain of sand. Just like 2 rivers, many times we have gone rafting also in Bali, in Switzerland, in Zanskar ranges. No, 2 boats we start off together, we are next to each other, but then we drift apart, then again we come together, then we drift apart, then we come together. Just like you have experienced in your life, if this is happening in your family, at the dinner time, everyone comes together, then everyone goes back to their caves for meditation. Then again they come together for breakfast, then they go back to their caves. Coming, going, pravritti, nivritti, pravritti, nivritti. Involvement, withdrawal, involvement, withdrawal. This is what is happening. The other example I gave was the grain of sand, with one inward wave coming to the shore, dashing to the shore, 2 seemingly separate granules of sand suddenly come to embrace each other, stay with each other for a moment, and when the wave recedes, suddenly they find themselves going apart. Maybe they come together, maybe they never come together again. We live with this belief that we will be in the bed with our family, in the same house with the same people. Guarantee is not there. How many times life has to give you examples? Sometimes the brother dies of cancer, sometimes someone has an accident, someone commits suicide, someone runs away, never to be found again, someone becomes a sannyasi, someone divorces. You see it all around. But what? You don't learn the lesson. What is the lesson? This is how the world is. Nivritti, pravritti. Pravritti means involvement, nivritti means withdrawal. This is happening with your breath, this is happening with every aspect of your body, breath, mind, intellect, as well as the world. The whole Prakriti is only, this is the flux. Mother was crying, why? My child is going to the 14 years into the forest. Who will take care of him? Who will give him food? Who will give him clothes? How will he survive? All of you remove, Ramchandraji is telling, all of you remove your sorrows and lamentations and give me permission to proceed to the forest. If you do so, I shall live happily without any regrets and sense of guilt of being the cause of agonies and anguish to others in the forest. This is very important. If a child has committed wrong, what will the mother do? You made that mistake. 10 years ago you told lies. Again you are telling lies. 10 ago. Why do you tell lies? What is making you tell lies? The mother is insisting on the word lies, 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 lies. The child thinks, or the mind of the child thinks, the mother wants lies. He again lies. Whenever you do something in life, that is, start your day in the morning, it should begin with inspiration and joy. Not like some, oh, thank God it is Friday, yesterday. TGIF. Oh God, it's Monday. Whole life you are going to do only this. Complain. Live in regret. Monday starts, you wait for Friday. Friday starts, a Saturday starts, you fear for Monday. Why? Oh my God, so quickly 2 days went away and Monday has come, oh my God. So when have we lived then? For that, very important that we must have a free mind with no expectations and no guilts and regrets. And if Ramchandraji is accepting, he is the son of his mother, he is the husband of his wife, he is the brother of Lakshmana, and if he goes away by disturbing, and while going, if he sees them disturbed, throughout the 14 years, he'll be continuously thinking of that alone. He'll be thinking how the mother is sad, how the Lakshmana was sad, how the wife will be, and will he be able to do what is required to be done? Regrets and anxiety, they sap your energy. They make you lethargic. They make you lazy. They make you procrastinate because you live in an imaginary world of guilt and regret and expectation. Guilt and regret are of the past, expectation is of the future, which leads to anxiety. So you have never lived in the present. Yes. And life can only be lived in the present. Therefore, guilts and regrets are imaginations you will be living. If you are not present, you are in the past or future. Ramchandraji is very clear. Please listen to, remember, contemplate on what I just now told Lakshmana. Contemplate on that. Get a proper assessment of what this world is. Get a proper assessment of who you essentially are. And at a very gross level, which is relative level, please give me happily the permission to go for 14 years. Happily, not cryingly. Why? So that I can live without regrets, without guilt, without anxiousness of when the 14 years will end. See? This should be our disposition every moment, every day, every week, every month. Make a commitment. Now we come to today's verse. Ityuktva dandavanmatuhu padayorpatabimba padayorapatchiram उत्थाप्यांके समावेश्य आशीर्भिरभ्यनन्दयत सर्वे देवास गन्धर्वा ब्रह्म विष्णु शिवादयः रक्षन्तु त्वां सदा यान्तं तिष्ठन्तं निद्रयायुतम्. Having spoken and given the instruction, a proper guidance, and that is what Mahatmas do. Ramchandra ji here is a Mahatma, a realized soul. Their presence itself is makes others peaceful. Here he, not only his presence, but he spoke also, and it did. And then he laid at his mother's feet and did namaskar. And after that, the mother lifted him, hugged him, and she said, Sarve devasa gandharva brahma vishnu shivadayaha. So, rakshantu tvam sadaya. Rakshantu tvam sada. So may you ever be protected by all the gods, all the Gandharvas, Brahma, and who are the other gods? Brahma, Vishnu, Shivadaya. So this is the Trinity. Gandharvas are the musicians, and Sarve Devaha. Sarve Deva is all the demigods. The Indra, the Vayu, the Agni, the Prithvi, and so many of them. Chandra Devata, Shani Devata, Buddha Devata, so many gods are there. So may all of them bless you and protect you. Yantam tishtantam nidrayayutam. And also she blesses him that when should they protect you? While you walk, sit or sleep. Means throughout the day. This is the type of blessings. If we are elders, this is the type of blessing we should give to the youngsters. See? Bring enthusiasm in their life. Bring inspiration into their life. You may have your own shortcomings. You may have your own narrowed vision. You may not be able to see the big picture. That is your problem. But when someone who is a youth, Ramchandra ji is young here, a youth only thinks about his future. He thinks he is invincible. Ramchandra ji doesn't only think he is invincible, he knows, because he is the eternal, constant principle. So, what should the elders do? Drink the poison of fear, grief, expectation. And what is the best thing that you can give? Okay, man, you are young, go ahead, make mistakes, learn, and be successful. May gods protect you. That is a worthy blessing. See? And that's what the mother, Kaushalya, blesses Ramchandra ji. इति प्रस्थापयामास समालिंग्य पुनः पुनः लक्ष्मणोऽपि तदा रामं नत्वा हर्षाश्रुगद्गदः आह ममान्तस्थः संशयोऽयं तव त्वया हृतः यास्यामि पृष्ठतो राम सेवां कर्तुं तदादिश अनुगृह्णीष्व मां राम नो चेत् प्राणास्त्यजाम्यहं तथेति राघवोऽप्याह लक्ष्मणं याहि माचिरम् इति प्रस्थापयामास समालिंग्य पुनः पुनः in iti thus clasping him repeatedly. Who? Kaushalya is embracing Ramchandra ji again and again to her bosom. The mother said farewell to Sri Ram with a heavy heart, but at the same time it is but natural for the mind to feel the emotion and the grief of the child going away. But we have to find that space within us, that equanimity within us, that we are able to rise above this natural emotion that we are feeling and not miss the moment in my. Rather give. She has done the right thing by giving him the blessings. Then Lakshmanopi tada Rama natva harshadu shrugadgadaha. And Lakshman full of tears in his eyes, of joy and exhilaration. Lakshmana is also, he is out of joy and exhilaration, not in depression and suicidal, not in what will happen to me now, I love Ramchandra ji, now Ramchandra ji is going away, what will happen, no crying. With joy and inspiration and exhilaration, he said to him with voice choked with emotion, "O Sri Ram, you have removed all my internal doubts, confusions and indecisions." Because what was this discourse about? Lakshmana's attitude towards not only the world, but also his father, brother and his stepmother, and the crown, and Ramchandra ji. The sail of the mind of Lakshmana was set correct, so it reaches the correct destination. It had got distracted, it had moved from it. The ship would have reached South Africa instead of India, starting from Perth. He put it correct. And what is his conclusion? Just as Arjuna in Bhagavad Gita says, all my doubts are clear, O Achyuta. Same way, Lakshmana also is telling here that all my internal doubts, confusions and indecisions. Suddenly, when we are in satsang, a wholesome picture is presented. What is the status of the world? Who you are essentially? Are you the body, breath, mind, intellect? But I am feeling the emotions. Yes, mind is feeling the emotions. But these are my convictions. Yes, intellect can have the convictions. But are you the mind and intellect? Or are you the consciousness? And the moment we take the position of consciousness, everything becomes crystal clear. Just as it happens to you all and this mind. First this mind, then you all. Because I listen to me first. See, all my doubts, confusions and indecisions, where are they? Inside, in the intellect. I shall now follow you to serve in the forest. Give me your consent for it. He is not saying it complainingly. He is not saying it sadly. He is not saying it because there is no other way out. He is saying it out of enthusiasm. First, he tells Ram that his words have made an impact on him, that all his cobwebs are cleared. Then he says that I would like to, I'm asking for permission to come with you and serve you for the 14 years in the forest. And then, as a caveat, he adds one more thing, that if you don't take me, I'll leave my body. This happens out of love. Why? Lakshman is ever the servant of Sri Ram. He is his pranas. He says, show mercy and grace upon me, otherwise I shall leave my body. Raghav, here he says, Tateti Raghavopyaha Lakshmanam yahi machiram. Immediately Sri Ram replied to him, all right, come along, don't delay. Machiram, don't delay. Achirat, immediately. Here ma is added to it, machiram, don't delay. Pratasthetam samadhatum gatah sitapatir vibhuhu agatam patimalokya sita susmita bhashini swarnapatrastha salilaihi padau prakshalya bhaktitah paprachya patimalokya devakim senaya vina agatosi gatah kutra shvetashchatram chete kutah vaditrani navadyante kiritadi vivarjitah. Now Sita ji is also standing there. She says, Are, Lakshman ji got the permission. What will I do staying here? She is the life. If Lakshmana is the pran, Sita is his ardhangini. She is his life. Ramchandra ji's life. She says, after that the husband of Sita, who is Vibhu means all pervasive, almighty, magnanimous, eternal Lord Ram proceeded to his palace to comfort and explain the developments to her. Okay, so the Sita is not there. Ramchandra ji is going to the palace of Sita to tell her that this is what has transpired in the last 1 hour or so. Then Sita, who used to speak softly with a smile, saw her husband coming. So she's waiting at the door because remember at at 3 o'clock, 3:30 in the morning, Sumantra had come and asked Ram, Vashishta had come to come to the palace, and he had left Sita and gone there. Sita doesn't know what all, or maybe she knows through the spies, we don't know. But all this has happened. He has gone to Kausalya, pacified her, Lakshman also. Now they all come to, not they all, Lakshman and Ramchandra ji, they come to Sita's palace. She knows, she doesn't know, we don't know. But here it says, then Sita, who used to speak softly with a smile, saw her husband coming. She brought water in a golden pot and reverentially washed his feet and asked him, O Lord, why have you come alone without your army, royal escort? Where had you gone to in the morning? What is your white? Where is your white ceremonial umbrella? Why have the musical instruments stopped playing? And why are you devoid of the crown on your head and other ornaments befitting a prince. So who is she seeing in front of him? A simple person who has dropped all the ornaments. I don't know if he is already wearing the it didn't come till now that he's wearing the bark clothes already, or did Kaikai said, I want you to wear bark clothes straight away? I can't remember. And she is in a conundrum. Today is the crowning ceremony, and how come my husband is behaving like this? Why the whole Ayodhya has become quiet? When he left, all the music was going on, kettle drums and trumpets, and when he comes back, as if the whole city is dead. There's no paraphernalia. Only he has come. Samantaraj sahitah sambhramanna gato sikim iti sma sitaya prushtah Rama sasmitam abravit Rajnya me dandakaranye rajyam dattam shubhe khilam atastatpalanarthaya shighram yasyami bhamini. He says, she is saying, who? Sita. Sita ji is saying, why have you not come with the regal pomp and pageantry along with other subordinate kings and ministers? When Sita asked these questions, Sri Ram smiled and replied, O auspicious blessed one, Sita was the Ramchandra ji is a realized master, Sita ji is also a realized master. Rajnya me dandakaranya rajyam dattam shubhe khilam. He says, auspicious and blessed one, the father has the father has given me the entire kingdom of a place called Dandakaranya. Rajyam Dattam, Rajyam, kingdom, Dattam, given. So, O noble lady, I shall proceed soon to take charge of it. Atastat palanarthaya, and in return following palanarthaya and following the diktat of the father, Shighram yasyami bhamini, O my darling wife or dear, I will be quickly proceeding to take the charge of the kingdom that has been given to me. Adhyaiva yasyami vanam tvam tu shushrusamipaga shushrusam kuru me matuhu na mithyavadino vayam iti bruvantam Shri Ramam Sita bhita bravidvachaha kimartham vanarajyam te pitra dattam mahatmana. I shall go to the forest today. You should go to your mother-in-law and remain there serving her. I do not tell any lies. When Sri Ram had said so, Sita was scared and horrified. She fearfully asked him, why has your great father given you the kingdom of the forest? See, what is the disposition of the Ram and what is the disposition of Lakshmana? What is the disposition of mother? What is the disposition of Sita? We can see each one is different. Ramchandra ji is Sukha Dukkha Samay Kritva Labha Labho Jaya Jayo Toto Yuddhaya Yuddhasva. Ramchandra ji is equanimous. He is not swayed by coronation and he is not swayed by going to the forest. He remains same, smiling, unaffected. This is how we must live every moment of our life, unaffected by the ups and downs of life, unaffected by the involvement and withdrawal that this Prakriti is all about. This is what our mind does. Waking and dream, involvement. Deep sleep, withdrawal. Eyes are open, involvement. Blink, withdrawal. Breathing out, involvement. Breathing in, withdrawal. Speaking, involvement. No speaking, withdrawal. Goes on. Every aspect, this entire creation, entire Prakriti, matter, cannot function, cannot remain still. By nature, it is in a flux. And that flux is involvement and withdrawal. Recognize this. Only you have to see, understand, yes, this is how it is. Nothing to do. As Swamiji says, nothing to do, nowhere to go. Nothing to gain, nothing to lose. Just watch, this is how it is. And he said it matter, because she asked Ramchandra, he said matter of factly that I am going to the forest now and you should go. Then what should the wife do? No, my mother is not, she is not taking it very nicely at the moment. Yes, I given her instructions, told her to contemplate what I said, but I think she is down in the dumps. Go and give her a hand. Take care of her. And why you should do it? I'm not, Ramchandra ji is saying, I'm not joking. Mithyavadino vayam. I'm not telling lies. I'm not making a fool out of you. I'm not talking in just jokingly. I'm serious. I'm telling the truth that I'm going away. Therefore, you should go to your mother-in-law and take care. When Sri Ram had said so, Sita was scared and horrified. Sita ji is also realized. But that does not mean that you can't be scared. The mind cannot be scared. That mind will not react. Let it react. You stand apart and see how quickly she will come back to her normal. Because she, as a wife, she wants the best for her husband. He was going to be crowned as the crown prince. And suddenly everything has turned around. He is going to the forest. For 14 years she has to live alone. It's not a very good proposition. She didn't marry Ramchandra ji to stay separate from him. She fearfully asked him, Kimartham vana rajyam te pitra dattam mahatmana? Why has your father given you the kingdom of forest? Ramchandra ji says, Tamaha Rama Kaikeyai Raja Prito Varam Dadau Bharataya Dadau Rajyam Vanavasam Mamanaghe Chaturdasha Samastatra Vaso me Kilaya Chitaha Tadha Devya Dadau Raja Satyavadi Daya Paraha. So, with these lines, we can see that Sita ji does not know what has transpired in the king's palace. And when Ramchandra ji says, I am not telling lies, I am going to the forest, it was a shock to Sita ji. And therefore, she was scared and horrified. She didn't know what to think. Why suddenly this, that? Now, when she asked the question, why your father has said to go to, so he says, Sri Ram said, Oh Anagha, you know, there is a name Anagha, sinless, pure one, in which there is no fault. Anagha. Ramchandra ji is calling Sita Anagha. The king was pleased with Kaikeyi and gladly gave the reign of the kingdom to Bharat while exiled to me by giving boons to her. The Devi honorably, that is Kaikeyi, had asked for 14 years of exile for me. So the truthful and compassionate king had acceded to her wishes and gave that boon to her. There is no tone of displeasure in Ramchandra ji. He respects his father, he loves his father, he respects his mother and loves his mother. It's their journey. He gave a boon to her, she asked at this time, and the kind-hearted my father is, he gave it to her. And what did she ask? She asked for 14 years exile for me and the kingdom for Bharat. And that's okay. Atha shigram gamishyami ma vignum kuru bhamini shrutva tad rama vachanam janaki priti sanyuta aham agre gamishyami vanam paschattvameshyasi इत्याहमां विना गन्तुं तव राघवनोचितम् अतः शीघ्रं गमिष्यामि. O Bhamini, Bhamini means my dear wife, O noble lady, I atah shighram gamishyami ma vignam kuru. Don't be an obstacle. I have to leave soon. I have to go for aham shighram, quickly. Therefore, I have to leave quickly, gamishyami, I have to go quickly. So, ma vignam kuru, Bhamini, oh my dear wife, don't be an obstacle in this. Hearing these words from Sri Ram, Shrutva tad Rama vachanam, Shrutva, having heard these words, tad, those words of Rama vachanam of Ramchandra ji, Janaki Priti Sanyuta. Again, see, before she was scared and confused. Now she's saying Janaki Priti Sanyuta. Within 2 lines, 2 verses, within 2 conversations, she has come to her center. She said most cheerfully, what did she say? I shall go to the forest first and you come behind me. O Raghav, Sri Ram, it is not proper for you to go to the forest leaving me behind. Aham agre gamishyami. Agre is agre vanni pishte bhanu. Agre means in front. Aham agre gamishyami. I will walk in the front. I will go in the front. To the forest. Paschat tvameshyasi. Tvam ishyasi. And after that you follow me. Kathakar speak. Sita ji wanted to protect Ramchandra ji. He is so dear to her heart that if something happens, if any animal attacks, if there is some obstacle on the way, she must clear it. When we see the movie or we see the Amar Chitra Katha, how are they walking? Who is in the front? Lakshman. With his sword paving the path, cutting the jungle, making the way. Then who is walking? Then Sita ji is in the middle. And last, at the back, is Ramchandra ji. Foundation of everything is Ramchandra ji. So she says that Ityaha mam vinavantum tava raghava nochitam. O Raghav, it is not proper for you to leave me, that is your wife, behind. Vinagantum. It is not right for you to go without me. Now what does Ramchandra ji say? Some marriages, they are only for the sake of society that the marriage is there. But those two are committed to each other, they feel they are one. Radha and Krishna, even though they never got married, but they felt they were one. Rukmini got married to Krishna by inviting him. He was also committed, she was also committed. But the commitment like Ram and Krishna and Radha, that was not there. She wanted to own him for herself. And Lord Krishna, he broke that ahankar of hers by getting married to Satyabhama, to Jambavati, to so many others. She only wanted him for Lord Krishna, only for herself. At the same time, Radha, she is not even married, but it's okay. Many couples are also like that, completely in tune with each other. Here, Sita and Ramchandraji, as much as Sita loves Sri Ram, Ramchandraji feels Sita is her heart. And Ramchandraji says, Tamaha Raghava Pritaha Swapriyam Priyavadinim Katham Vanam Tvam Neshyeham Bahuvyagram Mrugakulam Rakshasa Ghora Rupascha Santi Manusha Bhojinaha Simha Vyagravarahascha Sancharati Samantataha. Now, game is going on. What is that? Tamaha Raghava Pritaha Swapriyam Priyavadinim. Pleased with her response. Naturally, Ramchandraji is happy. Why is he happy? One reason, that she loves me, that's why she wants to come with me. Second, she is not attracted by the goodies of life, good bed, good atmosphere, or good ornaments, good clothes, all the servants around, and so that one sentence, that it is not proper for you to leave me behind and take me with you, I am coming. All these things without saying are said. That Sita ji has got no attachment to the kingdom. She is only there for Sri Ram. Then he says, then affectionately said to his beloved, soft-spoken wife Janki Sita, he says, Katham vanam tvam neshyeham bahuvyagra burgakulam rakshasa ghoro rupascha santi manusha bhojinaha simha vyagra varahascha sancharanti samantataha. He is seeing if her resolve is a true resolve. We do that with children sometimes. Here Ramchandraji is doing it with his wife. Because it's a big task. 14 years of walking in the jungle, and not an easy task. You don't know whether you will get food, where you will live, on the trees, on the ground, snake. Here is giving her the truth of how the life will be. How can I make you come along with me to a forest full of tigers and other wild animals? There ferocious demons live who eat humans, while cruel and wild animals such as lion, tiger, boar roam about everywhere. And that was the truth. So he is trying to dissuade her from coming along with him. Maybe another reason Ramchandraji is dissuading her not to come is because extra responsibility. two boys, Ram and Lakshman, they can handle. They can live under a tree or on a branch. But when a woman is along, then you have to provide a certain level of place to live, cleanliness, food. He says, where you are coming? I'm thinking this way, that he is thinking. Here it is not written. I don't know what they are going to say next. But he is trying to discourage her from coming by showing her how difficult and fearsome the life in the jungle would be for 14 years. Continuing, he says, Katvam lafalamulani bhojanardham sumadhyame apupani vyanjanani vidyante na kadachana kale kale phalam vapi vidyate kutra sundari margo na drishyate kwapi sharkara kantakanvitaha. Oh, one with a beautiful waist, for food one gets only bitter and sour fruits and roots. Delicious eatables are never available there. Which delicious one? Paneer, makhani, बैंगन का भरता, छोले, आलू गोभी का पूरी छोले, ऐसा कुछ नहीं मिलेगा. क्या मिलेगा? ये पहले जो बताया, cooked or uncooked fruits and roots and vegetables. Oh, the beautiful one, those fruits are also always not available. They are found only occasionally. In the forest, the path is sometimes visible, sometimes not visible. It is obscured because it is covered by dust and thorns. And you will have a lot of challenges if you come along with us. He is discouraging her, telling her, see, one thing is, I love my husband, I want to go where he is going, without worrying about the consequences. But see, another thought comes, and that is, Sita and Ramchandra ji, from the time of marriage, they have lived a wonderful, peaceful life in Ayodhya. There are no great achievements, no wars. Ayodhya, a land of no wars. Everyone is happy. Everything is going like clockwork, day in and day out. But what does Sita want? Sita wants glory for her husband. Sita knows who Sri Ram is in her heart, that he is the great one. See? She wants to bring the best out of Sri Ram. If she is away in Ayodhya and Ramchandra ji is going alone, he'll be continuously thinking about her because they are so close. He'll be ineffective in any challenge that comes in the forest. Second, Ramchandra ji is saying that all these things are not available, but she knows whatever is there, I will at least, while I am there, I will be able to take care of him, I will make him comfortable, he will have someone to talk to, discuss, because she is intelligent, she is not, she is well versed with everything. Another thing you can think, we are only imagining here, these could be the possible reasons why Sita wanted to go. She wants to know or wants to see firsthand how Ramchandra ji protects her. Huh? How Ramchandra ji protects her. Then what happens? You may have heard Ramchandra ji killed Kharadushan, Putana, not, what was her name? क्या नाम था? Not Putana. What was that lady's name? Taraka. To kill, he killed, but she has not witnessed anything. That he touched the Ahilya as a stone and she came into life and she then got moksha. Oh, very good story, but I didn't experience it, sir. She experienced one thing, the breaking of the bow, she experienced. Yeah, but that is also no great. I can lift it. Sita could, as a child, she could lift it. Yeah, so he is also, because Sita doesn't know that she is the goddess. So, okay, that is also okay. Another place, when they were coming back, Parshuramji challenged Ramchandraji. The bow, the Narayan bow came into his hand. Yeah, but whenever we have some extraordinary event, after some years it becomes dull. They have lived many years together now before going to the forest. So she wants to see firsthand the greatness of her beloved Sri Ram. Or maybe if we look at it from chapter 1 point of view, Rama Hridayam, where Sita says Ram does not do anything, everything I make him do. She's making sure that she goes along with Sri Ram and not as a encumbrance to him, but as a power to him. She's the Shakti. She's the Shakti of Sri Ram. So from many different angles we can look at it. Why Sita ji wants to go and Ramchandraji is discouraging her to go by telling her the facts of living in a jungle. And then here he says that the paths are full of thorns and dust, and you have never experienced dirt. There are so many people dusting your room, there will be living with dust. What if you have hay fever? What if you get wet in the rain? Here there is no rain coming inside the palace. All malmal and silken clothes, there you're not going to be wearing anything of that sort. Nothing to eat, etc., etc. Then he says, Guha Gahwara Sambadham Jhilli Danshadi Bhiryutam Evam Bahuvidham Dosham Vanam Dandaka Sanyitam Padacharena Gantavyam Shitavatat Padimata Rakshasadin Vane Društva Jivitam Hasyase Chirat. That Dandakaranya is a area from the entire plateau of India, the southern plateau, starting from Vindhyachal mountains. After you cross Gangaji, Vindhyachal mountains, all the way to the south. It's an entire plateau. And the forest, it's, you can say dense, it's a jungle, it's not even a forest, it's a jungle. Remember I told you the difference between forest and jungle? If you remember, good. So, he is telling her that Dandakaranya is full of such numerous faults or inconveniences. It has numerous caves and holes, as well as pits and trenches and grooves and deep furrows, chasms, and etc. in the ground, while it is replete with cobwebs and spike like thorns and prickles. In such a forest, one has to walk on foot even during cold, wind, and heat. I doubt that you will die of shock on seeing the fierce and horrorful image of demons, etc., in the forest. This is a natural, till the woman doesn't invoke the fearlessness in her under certain circumstances. Till then, as a human being, not only women, men also, till then, they are afraid of lizards, they are afraid of snakes, they are afraid of thorns. If the thorn, if little bit more salt, it's too much salt. If it is too much less chili, why there is less chili? And here we are not talking about chili and salt, we are talking about forest with man-eating animals. You fall on one slope, straight away you will find yourself in the river. Who is going to come and help you? And wearing a sari, crossing over, going through all these potholes, and that too, how long will your chappals last? If they do start with chappals, there's nothing to cover, no umbrella, no sweater, because the mother has told, go in in the bark. Wear the bark skin. So he is giving her the clear picture of what is happening, and therefore, tasmad, therefore, bhadre gruhe tishtha शीघ्रं द्रक्ष्यसि मां पुनः रामस्य वचनं श्रुत्वा सीता दुःखसमन्विता प्रत्युवाच स्फुरद्वक्त्रा किञ्चित् कोपसमन्विता कथं मामिच्छसे त्यक्तुं धर्मपत्नीं पतिव्रतां तस्माद् भद्रे गृहे तिष्ठ. Therefore, O Bhadre, O auspicious lady, O gentle lady, Gruhe tishta, stay at home. Shighram drakshasi mampuna. Very soon I will return. It's only 14 years. Ramasya vachanam shruta, having heard the words of Ramchandra ji, Sita dukkha samanvita. She became sorrowful. Oh my God, you are not taking me. I was so inspired to come with you. I gave you the reasons why she wants to go. Could be those reasons. If you take it only on face value, Sita ji became sad. Why she became sad? Pratyuvacha sfurutvaktra kinchit kopa samanvita. Then Pratyuvacha in reply. Sfuradvaktra kinchit kopa samanvita. And we don't know, Sita ji can never get angry with Ramchandra ji, but a put on anger. I'm put. As if. And said angrily, with a slight emotional quiver in her lips. What is that? Katham mamichhase tyaktum dharma patnim pativratam. Why do you want to leave this loyal and dutiful wife or chaste wife of yours at home? Don't you like my company? Do you feel? This is the question. Do you feel incapable of protecting me? This is not written here. Remember the options that I gave you? Do you feel that I'll be a encumbrance? I'll be a burden on you for the 14 years? No husband will accept that. नहीं ठीक है चल. Huh? So the question is like that. But said, because she is a cultured lady, she is speaking in a very, very a cultured way. You want to leave this loyal and chaste wife of yours at home? I don't know. Afterwards, she says, challenges him or not. She does. So she will challenge. So maybe what examples I give, maybe they are covered when we go further. Let's see what happens. So your wife at home, what is the time? We'll see how she takes the Mickey out of Ram, how she challenges Ram in a nice manner, and Ram जैसे चल यार तू भी चल मेरे साथ कहाँ ये मेरे को इन शब्द जाल में फंसा रही है हाँ so you come. एक मिनट में it's interesting, but we'll cover it in the next because if I start into that then it will be 8 o'clock already time. Chalo, enough for today. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. बोलो सियावर रामचंद्र की जय, पवन सुत हनुमान की जय, बोलो भाई सब संतन की जय, सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की जय, गंगा मैया की जय, जमुना महारानी की जय, आज के आनंद की जय। हर हर नमः पार्वती पतये, हर हर महादेव। बोलो सीता रामचंद्र देवताओं की भगवानों की जय जय जय। जय जय रघुवीर समर्थ, जय जय श्री गुरुदेव दत्त। Sit quietly for a moment. Hari Om everyone. Wonderful.